downtime than I'd like, but at least it ain't like being in the can. Too much time between killings on the inside.
I'm guessing Belsavis wasn't the first place you did time?
I don't get pinched often, but when they got me, they try and hang on. Ain't all bad. To meet the real scum of the universe. Get connected. Lockup took me from the streets to the major leagues.
I prefer to meet my contacts through the usual channels.
Doing a job don't get you leverage. Get someone on the inside to owe you. That means something. Shared a cell with a Hut cartel gangster once. Helped him bust out. Got introduced to the family. Had a couple good years being an enforcer, before those slimy two-faced slugs tried to bump me off. Hadn't noticed how much that time in the cooler cramped my style. Got me rusty.
Wasn't aware you had a style.
Ha ha! I'm just saying, all this running around busting heads is whetting my appetite, and I'm itching to do some real damage. Never did get my hands on that stinking Hut that tried to have me bumped off. Been thinking, I'm overdue.
What do you expect from me?
I say I was looking for help? All you need to know is, once I find the dirty backstabber, I'm paying him a visit. This is where I get off, runt.
Where are you running off to all of a sudden?
Found me that slimy Hut I was talking about. He's been getting fat and happy all these years after crossing me. Time he gets what's coming to him.
I don't mind tagging along if you need another blaster.
He owes me a lot of bad blood. I plan on taking my time to bleed him. You ain't gonna rush me this time. Try not getting killed. Gonna want something to do when I get back.
You're back.
Ain't like a bunch of Hut flunkies was gonna give me trouble. Would have been back sooner, but the slug and I had a lot of catching up to do.
I take it you had a good time.
Made him wish he'd traded all these years for quick death. This is the way to do it. Doing what we want when we want. Ain't nobody gonna say otherwise. Kinda glad I ain't killed you yet.
You still planning to?
When I do you, it's gonna be fun. Don't you worry. Figure I ain't going back to organized crime, now that I got free run of the galaxy. But that don't mean I ain't got pull. Long as I'm running with you, you black sun.
When do I get my palace?
You ain't gonna be some Hut cartel wimp. You want territory? Go take it. All I'm saying is you and yours need something. Black Sun's got your back. Now quit making a fuss before I change my mind. Whatever.
You can actually cook? You?
Of course.
I can't imagine you in a kitchen.
Hardly ever been in a kitchen. Mostly cook in the field.
Gotta be ready with proof if you're gonna make claims like that, Torian.
Good idea. Tingular?
What's that?
Guess you'll find out.
Hey, about earlier. Thanks. Torian's a great guy. I think it might actually work out.
That's what I'm here for. And if he breaks your heart, I'll shoot him.
You're the best. SIS just throw their ciphers a party with clowns and a juggling bantha. Stupid datapad is impossible to decrypt, but not all is lost. Found a holo address for Coral, I think. I mean, it could be her. I sort of wanted you around when I called her.
I've got your back, Mako. Call her.
What's the worst that can happen, right? It's not her, or it is her, and she instantly hates me. Not a problem. Right, it's nothing to worry about, it's just a stupid call. Hello? Hi. Coral? It's Coral, right? I'm Mako. Mother of... Mako? My little sister Mako? I can't believe it. I thought you were dead. How did you find me? Wasn't exactly easy. I ran into an SIS guy looking for you. Isaac? The SIS agent? Was his name Isaac?
Don't know if it's weirder that you're being hunted by multiple agents, or that you know them all personally.
Oh no. Mako, you've got to help me, please. If you're gonna tell me SIS is after you, I already figured that out. Cartery's just one of the agents after me. Isaac's the one leading them. If he finds me... What? What's he want you for? I've got to go. I've been on this channel too long already. He's on Drummond Cost looking for me right now. If there's anything you can do to stop him. Wait, Coral, what's going on? Why is he after you? They're already trying to trace my location. I have to go, please. You're the only hope I've got. What is it with people never answering my questions?
She's your sister. We can look for Isaac if you want. Your call.
Let's go to Drummond Cost.
So, this is home. A little spare, don't you think?
Thought I'd have frilly curtains.
Well, now that you mention it. I'm just saying maybe you should consider conserving ammo and installing seats with upholstery. Think about it.
Keep the place clean and we'll talk.
I guess I can live with it for now. We can't all be fabulously wealthy criminal masterminds, but this bounty hunting gig seems straightforward enough. Besides, I like the idea of doing the chasing for a change, even if I am slumming it. Oh, it's good to relax. This is as close as I'm getting to it these days.
Something wrong?
Wrong? Oh, yeah, that's putting it lightly. I'm going nuts here. I've spent so long keeping one step ahead of somebody, I can't believe I've lost them for good. At least when I'm out with you, I usually know where the blaster fire's coming from. Keeps my mind off trouble. Mostly.
The less time you and Trouble spend together, the better.
You've got a marvelously camouflaged sense of humor, you know that? Let's see how easily you brush off your old instincts and catch 40 winks after you've spent 30 years bounty hunting.
I knew you were a career scoundrel, but 30 years on the run? Pretty impressive.
Things weren't so bad until people finally realized the same guy was responsible for most of their woes. And I've made some enemies over the years, believe me. 2.5 Hutt families, the entire Carillion Exchange... And there was that whole blockade incident that ran the Mandalorians home with their tails between their legs. Come on, I think I've had my fill of all this cheering up. You know, you're pretty quick to sniff out an opportunity for profit.
I like to think I know my business.
Ooh, there's no doubt about that. I wonder how much more lucrative our little partnership could be if you applied that intuition to something other than bounty hunting.
I'm not opposed to a little moonlighting.
Can't afford to keep all your chips at the same table, am I right? Let me see if I can come up with something that'll play to your strengths, and I'll trust you to recognize a good opportunity when you see one. I've been thinking it over, and I see a lot of room for improvement maximizing your profits. Take catching me, for example. Sure, you got a nice bounty from the Great Hunt, but why stop there? You just need to use a little imagination.
And what did your imagination come up with?
A few words in the right ears, and you could make a lot of money on poor Tiresias's remains, if you don't mind double-crossing crime lords. Offer the body, see who bites, rob them blind. Couldn't be simpler.
Are all of your schemes this blunt?
It's not the most elaborate con, but you're new at this. Besides, the scams are a lot less risky when you know you can vaporize anyone in the room. So, that suggestion I had involving my duplicate? Turns out there are a lot of folks out there who've still got a bone to pick with the late Tiresias Loci. A little friendly competition couldn't hurt our final take. I'm thinking an auction would do the trick.
I'm open to anything that'll boost our profits.
That's just what I wanted to hear. Give me some time off the ship, and I can handle the whole thing by proxy. The only finger you'll have to lift will be the one accepting your credit transfer.
Take as long as you need.
I'll be back before you know it. What, no parade? Oh, not even a cake? How about at least mustering a good to see you for the guy holding your share of the credits?
I take it the auction went to plan?
I don't know whether to be flattered by the numbers. Your cut. Pretty good take, considering the expenses. The bidders really couldn't wait to take Tiresias off our hands.
What expenses?
Middlemen, venues, security, incentives, everything necessary to ensure a smooth transaction with half the underworld in one place. 3 pirate crews, 10 free traders, 2 exchange bosses, half a dozen huts, one I don't even remember crossing. Kept licking his lips. I think his name was Druga. It was quite the rogues' gallery. A lot of familiar faces. Brought back memories, let me tell you. Oh, I picked up a little souvenir from the Royal Museum. I thought we could make sure these get put to better use.
Keep your loot. I work for a living.
Fine, I wanted some decorations anyway. Brighten up the cell, you know? Let me tell you a little thing about opportunity.
What makes you think I need advice on the subject?
You're more an in-the-moment type. Sometimes you've got to see the potential farther down the road. Take this group of fresh-off-the-shuttle Arcona I met at the Mossila spaceport before you showed up. I left those Arcona with a stellar impression of Geller rowing, helpful merchant, and earmarked them for a return trip once things died down. Pulling in credits, but a whole colony of them can add up. Remember those Arcona colonists I was telling you about? Well, I've got the perfect racket to skim a little profit off those moisture-farming saps. Salt.
As in table salt?
Well, I'm not talking bath salts, considering water's a luxury good. Listen, I've got a theory. I used to know this spacey Arconan bagman back on Nar Shaddaa. Thought the guy was a spice head for the longest time. Turns out I was only half right. This guy's cravings were something else.
Your friend had some sort of reaction.
Can't say for certain, but I've got my suspicions. One night, after making our handoff in some dive diner, he orders some garbage soup and dumps an entire shaker of salt into the bowl. Should have seen the way this guy went at the stuff before stumbling out of the place like it's last call. Now we just need to seal the deal. I want you with me when our prospective buyer calls. Keep him from getting too comfortable. We'll be meeting an Arcona named Gruna to convince him to act as our supplier to the colony.
Sounds simple enough.
This chump would do anything for enough credits to get off Tatooine. I don't think it'll take much to get poor Gruna to bite. Gruna, good day here for you. Looking well. Lose some weight?
Cadrizo Esretu Paranai.
Oh, her? Ah, don't worry about her. Had to let my last security detail go in favor of this fine lady. Say hello, my dear.
We look forward to doing business with you, Gruna.
See? A perfect lady. You know, Gruna, I'm a bit of a philanthropist. Did I mention that?
Grojaman.
My visit to Tatooine left me inspired by the plight of rugged folks like yourself trying to squeeze life out of that dust bowl. Making life easier for the little guy, that's my motto. And helping you hardworking souls is now my personal mission.
He'll put himself in the poorhouse if that's what it takes.
My associate worries too much. My friend Gruna and his pals wouldn't leave me holding the bag. There'll be plenty of prosperity to go round. The top chemists at Rowing Industries developed this little wonder for us. A compound designed to maximize water retention in organic life forms. The benefit to hardworking subsistence farmers such as yourself is immeasurable.
Pandravimos pandimas protes cad avitaratag. Smarcio populas mana ir padre mana narcali.
That's a better plan for your savings than investing in this garbage. This is lower than I'm willing to sink, Galt.
Mano aliate bavo mano?
I must be having some kind of flashback. Can't find decent help these days. Just let me handle my associate and we'll finish our business. Snap out of it, buddy. It's Geller. Geller Rowing, your boss. Don't mess this up.
Need me to remind you who's boss?
Oh, ease off, if it means that much to you. I can't even begin to express my disappointment.
Kaikaios naba, jotinai rodo cad itinas?
Looks like I'm sending you the whole shipment, free of charge. Choke on it. Just so we're clear, me talking to you doesn't mean I'm not still irked about that last job.
I know it was your deal, but I couldn't go through with that. Maybe next time.
I'm surprised you're open to it next time after that little show. I think it's fair to say you owe me another go, and not just anything. I'm talking about a big score. I'm sure I can think of something that won't upset your precious sensibilities. Notice anything different?
You should lay off the junk food.
And they said the stuff was slimming. Just acquired some nice form-fitting blast armor. Thought I'd see if it would stand up to a trained eye. Apparently so, if your observation is any indication.
Glad that worked out for you.
Since I'm still putting myself in harm's way, I decided to make a little investment in my well-being. Been stocking up on interesting tidbits at every port we've hit. From here on, I'm ready for anything. So, what do you know about Hylo Viz?
Who or what is Hylo Viz?
Only the big-time celebrity who coordinated the biggest blockade run this galaxy's ever seen. She broke the Mandalorian blockade at the Hydian Way. You know, the one that strangled Coruscant and dashed a full-scale Jedi assault. And it wasn't out of the goodness of her heart, either. Credits were involved. A lot of them.
I like her already.
Oh, she was quite the lady. You could say that run was the height of her career, but that's only because she dropped off the scanners not long after. Most think the Hutts were behind Hylo's disappearance, but anyone who knew her could tell you they'd have better odds winning a marathon. No, she's still out there. Somewhere.
Why the sudden interest in a long-lost spacer?
Hylo was my old partner. More than that. That blockade run was the last thing we ever did together. Like I said, a lot of credits were involved. When I saw the opportunity, I took off and left Hylo holding the bag. Stupid.
You double-crossed your own girlfriend?
Technically, she wasn't my girlfriend when I double-crossed her. I was young and naive and maybe a little afraid of commitment. I didn't know what I lost until it was gone. Listen, I found out that an old associate from that blockade run is still around and kicking. A mutual acquaintance. I owe Hylo one last visit, If he knows where she's been laying low all this time, I've got to track him down. I caught up with that old associate from the blockade run. Old Quan and I had a nice little chat. He was surprised to see me, to say the least.
Did he know anything useful?
Before I had to end Quan's retirement prematurely, I convinced him to fill me in on some gaps in our history since the blockade run. When the Hutts came looking for their return investment, Hilo Viz smuggled herself off to Republic space with the help of another free trader.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down.
More than you think. I know the guy. Technically, so do you. Remember Zale Barrows? She cut a deal with that twerp to hide her on Belsavis. If she's still stuck there, this is my chance to swoop in to the rescue. I've got to go after her.
It seems like you owe her a lot more than that, but it's a start.
If I don't make it, well, thanks. I don't think Tiresias would have ever gotten this opportunity.
When did you get back?
Oh, a little while ago. I wasn't exactly in a talkative mood. My little pipe dream involving Hilo went about as you'd have expected.
Didn't find her?
No, I found her. After all these years, I finally caught up with her, and she hadn't changed a bit. I found her on Belsavis in some sort of stasis chamber. It was like I just left.
Talk about your past catching up with you.
If she'd had a blaster, she'd have shot me the moment she came to. Lucky for me, she recognized that prison wasn't the place to hash things out. She took off the first chance she got. Hardly the reunion I was looking for, but I got her out of that pit. That counts for something, right?
She'd have been stuck down there forever if you hadn't.
She deserved better than that. Hey, who needs love anyway? Thanks. If you'll excuse me, I need to create a hangover to nurse. You're not gonna believe this. I heard from Hilo. She's willing to take me back if I'm willing to show she means more to me than me. Sent the message certified, credits on delivery. Almost cleaned me out just to have it delivered.
I hope you get her back. She's my kind of lady.
One of a kind. Too bad it took me this long to figure it out. I feel like I'm back in my prime. Not that I'd slipped, I'm just unburdened. I owe you for that, so I thought I'd say it. Don't go making a big deal out of it.
That's going on the record.
I'm gonna hear about this for a while, aren't I? I've gotta hand it to you. You really surprised me. You're not what I would call a conventional partner in crime. But we're really turning out to make quite the team.
Letting you live was one of my better decisions.
I do think it's because we got all of that pesky trying to kill each other out of the way early. You and me, we're going to carve out a criminal empire, or at least accumulate one heck of a fortune. Your children's children won't know what to do with it. I'm telling you, wild space is the limit. Have I mentioned how much pulling that little con has improved my mood? I think that auction put to bed any lingering doubts that Tiresias is dead and gone. And aside from knowing my new identity ought to stick, I'd almost forgotten how much I love a good scheme.
Fun and profit. What's not to like?
Getting shot at, for one, but working with you has made that pretty commonplace. It's hard to work a proper hustle when you're on the run, chum. I've pulled more heists than cons in recent memory. That was the kind of racket my former partner preferred. Simple, bold, effective. Used to argue about that a lot.
How'd you two part ways?
We had different ideas about where we were headed. Water under the bridge. My preference is to be long gone by the time anyone gets wise. That's a lot easier without bounty hunters breathing down my neck. It's about time I got back in the game. Can't afford to let myself get out of practice, after all.
Destination?
You was boring me anyway.
Need some help?
Hold it right there, Coral.
For the love of... I'm not Coral.
Don't do anything stupid. We should wait for Isaac. Are you crazy? What are we supposed to do? Ask her to just behave herself? I'm just saying Isaac will be here soon. Let's not jump the gun.
Hello? Guys, can we talk for a minute?
Maybe Isaac will get here soon, or maybe he'll decide to stop for lunch first. We don't exactly have a lot of options here.
Starting to look like you got all the brains in your family, Mako.
No kidding, am I invisible? I should have shown up dressed in a Wookiee costume or something. Someone is gonna answer me this time. Hey, girls! Over here! Look out, she's attacking! Trouble on the way!
Sorry, did you say something? I'm sort of half here, not feeling so good. I keep seeing those dead girls. My sisters, I just feel queasy.
Anyway, sorry, did you need something?
You don't look so good.
I'm fine, just really weirded out.
Sorry.
I'm here if you need.
Thanks.
Coral has.
Let. What is it they say about curiosity again? Does it involve lavish paid vacations? Maybe Trando-Shawnee flatcakes? So, I may have gone back into the SIS computers. Just a little.
You wouldn't be telling me this if you didn't see something in there.
Am I that obvious? Oh, gotta work on that. Remember how I said I found birth certificates from my family? A dozen of them? Well, I found out that 10 of them also have death certificates.
I know you got your hopes up. Wish it had turned out better.
I'll get over it. Not like I haven't got tons of orphan experience already. I guess it's just me and Coral now. Well, on that cheery note, let's move on, huh? Got it.
My time is yours. Say the word.
How about now? Because actually, I just wanted to show off. I've got a new shot, and I can't wait for you to see it. In fact, I'm sort of looking forward to seeing it in action myself. So what do you think?
You're getting pretty good.
Thanks. Let's move. I kind of want to shoot something now. Remember the guy Coral said was after her? Isaac, the one we were supposed to stop on Drummond Koss?
Find something out?
A little bit. He's SIS, no surprise there, so there's not much to find. Except for this. He's assigned to Project back through another scary holocall. I survived the last one, but this might just get me. Remember that datapad we got from Carteri about 1 million years ago? I cracked it. I got a holo frequency from Isaac, Mr. Project 32 himself. I can't do this without you.
Let's see this guy.
Want to take bets on whether he's 10 meters tall and breathes fire?
So no one was expecting him to turn up now. Unfortunately for both of us, I don't have much time for conversation at the moment.
Funny how you just happened to be on your way out.
You did manage to get me at a bad time. My team has pinpointed Coral's location. Finding her is my priority. Mako, a word of warning. This isn't the life you want. Whatever happens, stay away from Coral.
Why? What do you want with her? What did she do?
She's killed most of the people involved in Project 32. I can only assume she'll try to kill you too. She's gotten almost everyone else.
You haven't given us a whole lot of reason to believe what you say.
Believe what you like. I'm afraid I'm still out of time. Mako, I'll contact you after my team's taken Coral into custody. We have a lot to talk about. Isaac, out.
I'm intercepting all his outgoing transmissions. Looks like, yes, I have the coordinates he's sending out.
Gotta be where she's hiding.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I've downloaded the coordinates to the nav computer. Let's go pay my sister a friendly visit.
Guess you really lucked out by some. Focus on your obligation. My job's pretty simple when it comes down. I'm a bounty hunter. I track down individuals. Glad we're on. The person. Go ahead, Blitz. I appreciate the gesture. What makes them your...